Hello and welcome back to Marine for TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is a Tenzing Lime and Mint. And today I wanted to try out the new Navy build of Rosinante. So I actually started recording with a different build. I started recording with, where is it? This build. Because I wanted to try out the combo with Sakazuki and Lightning. It just felt very inconsistent because this is a brick. And I already had a good amount of bricks in the deck, so I didn't want to add a ton of these. I had the lore, which can search this out, which is quite nice. But I don't know, it wasn't really coming up very much. So I've got some games with that build as well. So you'll see some games with that build. But the build I've switched over to playing is this build. And I think MrMaChONaCHOMan feels incredibly good in this deck. But first, if you're a Rosinante fan and in the market for a new deck box, well, you're in luck because Sleeve Chief are reprinting their Brothers Tragedy deck box. This deck box has an awesome design featuring both Rosinante and Doflamingo with some really cool art inside. And it's dropping on this Sunday. If you're picking up this deck box or anything else from the website, please don't forget to use code MARINE for 5% off. Thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. Having those extra 1Ks, early doors you can cycle this out to just draw one, but this can also combo with Sakazuki to hit everything that is not called Blackbeard or Whitebeard or Roger. Or like Shanks, if that deck actually comes back, which is nice. And then just being free 1Ks on particular turns, because you do have turns where you get down to 6 Don. If you're, I don't know, say you're playing a Sakazuki, you don't mind swim with that. Maybe you play MrMaCHONaCHOMan, maybe you play a Lightning Dragon, you combo these events together, and this actually gets online. So anyway, the reason we're playing Navy Rosinante is because of the new purple Navy stuff from OP16. This Sakazuki is incredible. The fact that this on play persists until your opponent's turn means that even if you don't deal with that unit, you still get value out of him. It still denies a swing. And the ramp back can make for some pretty cool combos, both to offset the costs of using effects like MrMaCHONaCHOMan and Lightning Dragon, but also make some pretty interesting combos where you can sometimes squeak in like a 4-cost lore, where you couldn't have otherwise, which is kind of cool. We also have double searchers. Kobe's a top 5 for Navy except himself, and Suru is a 2K that searches top 5 for Navy, including herself, but you do have to trash a card at the end of that effect. I don't love playing this one out, but both of these can search one of our main cards of the deck, which is the Rosinante and Lore. You know how good this card is. This card is absolutely nuts, and it's so important that you see it. So we've sort of got 12 searchers, but 4 of them are also 2K, so that's kind of nice. It's sort of dual wielding. The other card that becomes searchable when you play the Navy build is Yellow Borsalino. Having this be searchable is kind of cool. It's not come up too much just yet for me, but in the games where you can search this out, this just gives you another turn, right? You know how good this card is. I don't need to sell you on Borsalino, and him being searchable is pretty cool. You can also very easily fit him in alongside either Rosinante and Lore or 7-cost Lore, or even like a 4-cost Lore on like an earlier turn. So this card is extremely versatile in this deck. It gives you that rested Dom for your leader effect, which is awesome. I'm playing 1 Divine Departure just because there's quite a few bricks, but the power down is also relevant. If you do play into a Blackbeard or a Whitebeard, this is the way that you can sort of rest this with MrMaCHONaCHOMan. But don't be afraid to just sort of get them to block with it and then freeze it with Lightning Dragon if you do use Sakazuki but don't have a Divine Departure, for example. That combo is good as well. I think there are definitely other cards you can play in this deck. I think people will like Gum Lightning. I think more Scam Laws could be interesting because Scam Laws pretty good at the minute. A lot of the meta decks, which I haven't had the chance to test into just yet, because nobody's really playing these on the dev sim or the regular sim. Everyone just wants to try the new stuff, so I've not had a chance to test into a Nell, for example, which is one of our worst matchups. I think, in fact, it is our worst matchup. A Nell just being beneath you on Don and playing out enormous dudes, it makes it so that you start losing your effects, which is kind of awkward. However, I think the Sakazuki should help in slowing down those NL players. If you can still get first and go Lore into Rosie Lore into like Sakazuki on 7, I feel like that could be a pretty powerful play to reduce the power of that NL, then either rest and try and take it out with MrMaCHONaCHOMan, or just sort of leave it there and say, well, it's not doing anything now. So we've pushed the problem down the road a little bit. I don't know. Either way, I think this Navy build of Rosie is very fun. I think there's definitely a lot of play lines that I'm still missing some because I'm not a Rosinante player. But I hope you enjoy this build, and if you're a Rosinante fan, I think it's cool that we have another way to play this leader now. Navy versus Navy. Let's take first. That's a lot of searches, you know. That's got to be pretty good, right? That's got to be pretty good. Let's go with this first, because we want a 4-cost lore. Wow, I whiff. Incredible. How do I whip on that? That's crazy. Give me a 4-cost lore. Ah, it's not really the one I wanted. I wanted the blocker one. That sucks. Is it worth it to play this out? Not really, because it just puts us so far behind curve. It's just it's fine. It is what it is. We've whiffed a searcher. We've whiffed our curve. If Sengoku can't beat us with this, then he can't beat us with anything. Mr. 2. Kobe. Sakazuki. Yes. No worries. Swing 5. Play out Kobe. Play out Rosinante or simple. And play out another Kobe. Might as well get them all down. Get the searches out. Where's all of those? We don't actually have this yet, so this is kind of weak. But I think it's still better than... I'll just take a 2k here, actually, I think. He gave us a 1k there, which is decent. Game 1. Play with the Kobe. Just take another Rosinante in law. The card's just insane. The card's just insane. No one passed it over. This Born Clay gets to swing once, that's fine. He'll get to play 1/7 drop this turn. Probably Sakazuki. No, he doesn't play one. He's just digging for his combo for next turn. Which is fair. Sengoku can ramp all the way up to 9 if he wants to play that. And gonna draw 2 trash 2. Maybe help him get towards his combo. I'll take the block. Even if he has a... I guess if he has Gamma Knife, we will have to give up some cards, which is a little awkward, but it's not the end of the world. Because we're always taking this way. Yeah, it's fine. Borsalino's good to have. Monkey D. Garb. Why would you play this one? I feel like you'd play the Sengoku, although maybe he needs the 2k. Yeah, maybe he needs the 2k. Lightning Dragon will be nice to freeze his Garb later. I don't think this is a Sakazuki turn. I think this is a Rosinante and Law turn. Shame we still don't have a 4-cost, because we could play... No, it's the awkward one where you can't play both. It's the awkward one where you can't. So what do we want to do here? We could swing with the Kobe. Get an extra swing in. We can't play Borsalino or anything else. We can play Sakazuki. I don't see the value this turn. I think Rosinante and Law is better. We could Trafalgar Law. Rush Law. Get a bit of extra pressure in. Don't hate that. What would we be tossing? Probably the I Love You, because we don't have the Law yet. I don't think we need the Rush Law just yet. But it's harder to fit in alongside something else next turn. Because next turn we're going to be on 9. We can potentially Borsalino plus Rosie Law, or just Sakazuki. I think I'm going to Law this turn. And swing 6. I think I like the extra value this turn. Gives us a Maria. Go 6 again. Give those 2Ks out. We get the Sengoku gone. That's cool. Is there any trigger I'm particularly worried about? If he combos out, if we leave this standing, then we get to keep it. And he only has 4 in hand, so the chance of him having the combo is fairly low. I think I'm going to trash the I Love You. Game 1. play out this. Game 1. Don't really want to play my Kobe. More Sakazukis could be okay. Hmm. 7, 2 left. And we can't quite play both. We can play both of these on 10. Maybe we'll just play the Kobe. Yeah, I'll play the Kobe. I love you or a 2K. We still don't have one of these, and that's all of them put to the bottom, so I think we just grab the 2K here. And then pass in case he has the combo. And this also pseudo-starves him. He does have the combo. Incredible. My guy had it in a 4-card hand. That's nuts. That is kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. Sakazuki reduces here. That's cool. This can't block. Sure. Having that in a 4-card hand is kind of wild, man. I don't know what to say about that one. No, we can't block. I guess I've got to give a 1K here. Let's give up a Borsalino. And then we'll take this swing. Okay, he's going to go 5-5. That's a little annoying. That is a little annoying. I think Borsalino plus Rosie Law is going to be the line next turn. We can also Sakazuki Rosie Law, right? No, because we're on 9. It's not next turn that we can't. We can Borsalino Rosie Law, though. Which is going to be the line. This freezes this. I think we have to cancel this. Yeah, and then take this one. Mama Rogan. Ooh. He minuses for Borsa. That's crazy. Is there ever a line to do a Sakazuki play then? Here, with Mama Rogan. Could Sakazuki produce the Borse? Rest it. Freeze Garp. In fact, this Kuzan's kind of more annoying. To be fair. This Kuzan's kind of more annoying, denying our blockers every turn. This is not annoying at all. I think it is Sakazuki this turn now. Because we got the Mama Ragan. These Rosinante and Laws are a little awkward in hand, though. Let's clear the Kobe. Do this first. What's this? We get another Mama Ragan. It's interesting. I don't think I want to stay on 6 Don, though. So I think I will use my Sakazuki's effect after we start attacking this Kuzan. Let's go 2 here. Having it on counter is interesting, though. You ain't defending this Kuzan, bro. There's no way. Yep. Then... freeze this. Ooh, we haven't leader affected yet, right? No, we can play out this Law. That feels really good. We want to do Sakazuki first. Then, do I want to leave 1 Don active? Not really, so we can swing 6 with this. And then if he blocks, we get to swing 8 into it. And then Mama Argan is actually online. It can be online if we don't ramp. Let's go 6 lead. See what he does with that. It's going to take. Sure, then let's swing 8 lead. Blocks and counters. That's fine with me. Then we'll go Don -1. Play out block a Law over the top of Rosinante. Oh, we don't actually get the ramp anyway because he's on 4 fucking Don. I didn't even clock it, but it's actually kind of fine because of Mama Argan's effect. I was debating in my mind still whether or not I wanted to ramp, but Yeah, that works. Works, we didn't get that. Anyway. Sakazuki gets his ramp, that's fine. But we removed his best character in this matchup, the one that stops our blockers, which just feels really good. And he has 3 in hand. The only cards that this deck is currently missing on this build of the sim, because I'm flip-flopping between the dev sim and the regular sim, it's missing the big counter events. Which is a bit of a bummer. It is what it is. We just Mama Ragen this, right? Block Mama Ragen. That's a freebie. This card feels crazy, actually. I might have to re-record my intro out for this one. Because I played some games and then recorded an intro. Sure. I don't really know what the plan is here, to be honest. I don't think there is one, particularly. Honestly, we can just let this go. It's fine. We don't have to win this turn. Yeah, this stands up, sure. Not too arsed, as the kids would say. We just want to heal here. How many Don is he on? He's on 6. We're not going to get the draw or the ramp from Rosie and Law. It's a little awkward. It is a little awkward. Let's clear the Garp. It's nice and easy. We can play both, right? Yeah, we have 9 Don. We can play both Bourse and Rosie Law. We won't get the active Don from Rosie Law or the draw, which is a bit shit, but it is what it is. It's better than nothing. Or we can just pile into these. Just play to win. Don't play to not lose. Play to win. 5. 8. 8. Sure. Gain 2 active. -1. Deploy. We don't get the draw the Dom, but we get the dude, right? That's the most important thing. Then deploy this and heal and pass. And that's a nuts turn, man. Getting to build both of those. Sakazuki, my goat. The previous turn was the insane one, though, right? Freezing the Garp, reducing the... yeah, freezing the Garp, reducing and resting the Kuzan. Getting rid of that. That felt very, very good. That felt very, very good. Now next turn we just win. And our board is just so insane, right? Look at this. We've got 4 8Ks and a 6K. Dies to Luna. Don't worry about it. We're not playing into a Luna deck. Rosinante and Law. He whiffed the draw because he missequenced. That's a blunder. But it is what it is. Be Law, sure. We will just win this turn, certainly. But we'll just do that anyway. Yep, you're a blocker. We're going to take out the top. Still at 1 life, by the way. Let's go 9. And then we'll go 9. And that's the game. GG's. We'll play to our opponent. Sengoku, I don't know, man. He got the combo. He got the combo in a 4-card hand, which is kind of wild. It's just the fact that we dealt with the best one. And from there, this deck has, like, 0 card draw. It's kind of awkward. I think this deck needs some kind of card draw. And, like, this is good, but he didn't find it on curve. So, I don't know, man. I think Big Mum is a card that could be pretty reasonable in this as well. He doesn't look to be playing. I'm hopeful we get something else in the set, but I feel like we're not going to, and this deck's just going to be a little bit mid. However, I think it showed off the combos you can do with the Sakazuki and the NL events pretty nicely that game. So I'm going to put this game in, even though this deck may be not too competitive. Got to go into Blackbeard. I don't know what I prefer in this matchup yet. Let's take first. Why not? I mean, that's a pretty good curve, right? We have no searches, but we've got Law. We've got Rosinante and Law. That's got to be a keep. Just seeing that curve. We want to see some... what's his face? That's a little annoying, but it is what it is. We want to see some... I can't think of the word. Okay, he's playing out Vasco shot, sure. We want to see some searchers and also some Sakazukis later on. That'll be pretty good. We'll pop a 6. This Vasco shot's going to be really, really good later on. Everything in our deck kind of interacts with this, so it's unfortunate. He just cycles out another Vasco shot. Sure, I'll take it. Do this, and then we'll play out one of these. We're going to have to attack this Law at some point. It is what it is. Full of lead. Sure, trashes Van Auger. A lot of 1-drops in this build then. Seeing both Vasco Shot and Van Auger early. Katarina Devon. We tap the Lafitte, so we're not going to see any kind of play this turn. Which is good for me. Might cycle out this Marmaragan. We could cycle out this Marmaragan. Try and draw like a searcher or something. Don't think we need to this turn though. We can just do it next turn. I think I'm very happy to take at least one swing. Another Rosinante and Law's not bad either. That's a reasonable card. And though we have another 1-drop, we do not. Lightning Dragon could be good to freeze up Blackbeard later. If we can find a Sakazuki. But we do need to find that Sakazuki. We have to swing this first. So let's just swing into the feet. Get rid of him. Because if I swing leader first, he can divert into the Vasco shot and then rest our lot. Which would not be great. That would not be great. And we'll go 6 again. I don't know what this 1 Don's open for. I don't really care. I don't think there's any event I'm too concerned about. We'll play our Rosian Law, game 1 active. Finding a 2k there is pretty good. And then we'll pass. Now this turn is Shiryu turn if he has it on curve. This is the dev build, so the 8-cost Blackbeard is in this deck, I would have to assume. But yeah, I think Shiryu healing Devon here seems pretty good to me. Toss his Auger. The Shiryu's got to be what he's looking for. Probably not that Shiryu. Yeah, that Shiryu. I think I'm going to look towards another Rosinante and Law this turn. He doesn't get to swing. Van Auger. Cool. I've got a lot of Rosinante and Laws. And that is a lot of Rosinante and Laws. If we swing 6, can do 1, 2, 3, 4 for that. Can't quite play both of these. It doesn't quite work. If we... No, because if he had 7 Don, we could just raw play this, and then it would be good. No, there's no way to get that to work out. That's okay, though. We'll just look to play another Rosinante and Law. Then maybe next time we'll play another Rosinante and Law and Trafalgar Law. Maybe next time we'll play 2 more dudes. That could be fun. Regardless, for now, let's go with... If this is just going to cost us 4 and we get 1 back, we can swing all 7s. This Vasco is just pretty annoying though, right? Because he's going to rest this. There's not a lot I can do about it. There's not a lot I can do about it. No. Let's just attack with this first. Finding no searches is kind of wild as well, by the way. That's kind of mad. Yeah, Marmaragan just doesn't do anything. Because we rest it. I'm like, sure. It literally does nothing. Yeah, Doc Q goes into the Vasco. Yeah, rest this. Very good. Then I'm not being stupid, am I? No. We'll end with 3 done. So swing 8. Guarantee that this goes through. Just burn through this auger. And then we'll play out the Rosie. And more. We don't draw anything useful. It's fine. We don't find Sakazuki either. I would really like to see a Sakazuki for dealing with these upcoming Blackbeards. But we don't have it. That's okay. Another Shiryu. If he doesn't have a Blackbeard, then that's not the worst thing in the world to be doing. Does have a Blackbeard, though. Yeah. We definitely want to develop 2 units this turn. We can do both of these. We don't actually have 6 dons, so we wouldn't get the free draw off this. Which is a little unfortunate. This is going to be swinging for 8. I think we just take the free block. And then we'll take the hit. Do I want to 2k, 1k this? No, I think I'll just use the leader effect. Borsalino. Now we can Borsalino plus Rosie Law. Is it better than playing out this? Like slightly? Slightly? Sakazuki would be what I would be looking for here. But it is what it is. And this Lightning Dragon doesn't really do anything. Maybe I'm thinking I'm gonna just burn this. Because if we don't find Sakazuki, this does nothing. So burning it to just get it out of the hand could be reasonable. Tenko's Teach is what I'm afraid of now. Because it negates the leader effect, it is awkward. I think we want to do this one this turn. Can we do both of these? No, we can't. So we can do Law plus Law is the only combo we can do here. So we play this for 4 and then play this for 5. It is what it is. I think it's important to get these extra 2 dudes down and get the buff across the board. It's going to be easier to defend our stuff. Now, I don't have any I love yous, so I'm going to go for 7. We want to pile on pressure here. Burgess trigger's not that good for him, I don't think. Although it can burn our life, so that's a little scary. Yeah, the life burn is a little scary. But I think we just want to pile on as much pressure as we can here. We still have 1 blocker. And these are really big. Shiryu trigger's good. He can obviously divert, but we still want him to burn the card, I think. I think we still want him to have to burn the 1 card. Yeah. And we get a Suru, which is not too bad, actually. Then we'll pass. Maybe you should have just burned the Lightning Dragon to just get it out of the hand. Zihahaha. Into Blackbeard. We get a 2k. Can't attack, nullify. We'll go with a 2k there. Maybe we're actually at risk of dying here. In fact, do we just die? Did I get overzealous? Not quite. Yeah, I should have definitely burned that Lightning Dragon. We got bailed out by the 2k in life. I wasn't thinking about Zihahaha. To be honest, but we should just win from here. Yeah, we should just win from here. 9, 9, 9. Nice, all 9s. It's pretty reasonable. What's the trigger, Batman? None good. I mean, this is one of those where you may as well play this unit, right? Could this draw us anything useful? I don't think so. This gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. It's all 9s. We see if we get there. But yeah, I potentially should not have swung that Rosinante and Law. That was a bad play. That was definitely a bad play. Wiper? Wiper's kind of fire. I mean, if he has 2k, 2k, 1k, then he gets us, right? It is what it is. Oh no, because he has to divert as well. Yeah, so he just can't. He can't win. GG's, we got there. Close game. I fucked up at the end there. Yeah, GG's, man. Yeah, I messed up pretty bad at the end there. We actually still knew he had that, right? That full cost Shuri. No, he tossed one earlier. We didn't know anything. Yeah, I shouldn't have swung that Rosie and Law. We got one card out of him, but we put ourselves in a position to lose. If we didn't get a 2k out of life. In fact, it had to be 2 2ks out of life. So that was a very bad play. I also should have burned the Lightning Dragon, which would have drawn this into a Marmaragon, which was another 1k, which would have made the lethal slightly less scary. Either way, well played. Our opponent perfect curved, we perfect curved, and we got there even though I kind of griefed. GG's. Got to go into green-blue Luffy. I'm going to take first. That hand is horrible. That hand's not too bad, because we have this Law, actually. Yeah, I don't think I want to play this Suru right now, though, because we have 2 plays lined up, and we have, like, an okay play for the 3rd turn in this Porcelain. Although having the weenies is important in this matchup. But I don't have anything I really want to trash. I'm going to pass. I'm just going to pass. Having weenies into Luffy is really important to be able to battle for his board. Because all his shit is really small. But if we have to spend decently sized attacks attacking it, that kind of sucks. So I'm happy to toss this Law. So let's go with the Suru. I actually think I might grab this Rosie. In fact, it's only the Rosie or the I Love You. So I'm going to grab the Rosie so we have another weenie for next turn. Then we'll trash one Law. We'll swing for 5. He'll probably take. And then we'll Dom -1 and play out the Law blocker. The Law blocker is pretty nice here. Countered, actually. Interesting. I mean, it's also fine, right? It's also fine. Does have the Ivankov. Really explosive start for our friend here. Comes Mr. 3. Does he have something to play? How's this to play? This guy's okay. This guy's okay. He's not doing a lot right now. But he's pretty threatening later on. He's reached a 2, so this is going to be 6, 6, 5. So we want to take one of these. I Love You's decent to have for later. Then we want to counter one. We definitely don't want to block, because this block eats this. So go no blocker. 2k resolve. Now, I do have to remember that this only procs at a certain life count. Something I forget often. Let's try and take this out. Cool. Let's take out the other one. Cool. Then we'll go 6. And I think I'll leave one up for the I Love You, just in case. I think attacking 6 versus 7 is not too different. Because he's still not taking the damage. Yeah, he does finally take. We'll play out the Rosie. Get another Searcher down. We can only find Law, so we can only grab this 2k. But that's fine. A lot of Borsalinos down. And do this. Play out this. Game on active. We get another Rosie Law, which is not a bad play for next turn. We can maybe do Rush Law into Rosie Law, or just Rosie Law. And then we pass. And we've got one big blocker, so we can deny one swing. We can take one hit pretty reasonably. Here, I think. Mr. 2's good. All these little 2-drops that draw you a card are really powerful in this deck. They're very, very good. Because you just don't lose tempo. You develop this weenie, which is important for your opponent to swing into, but you don't lose any hand advantage. And because they're also cheap with leader effect, it's really nice in that way as well. Will he pop this? I don't think so. But Luffy's really strong though. Mr. 1 does bonus. He's got the full board of different... No, he's not quite got the full board. And this still kind of does nothing. 76,000. Okay, does pop the Mr. 3. I didn't expect that. I'm fine not attacking with this. Like, it's not the end of the world to me. Plays another Luffy. Sure. Finds a buggy. Doesn't swing. Very nice. We could go with Borsalino plus Law. No, we can't go with Borsalino. It doesn't do anything. What am I talking about? Can we go Law plus Law? If we spend 1 Don. No, we can't quite. I think we just develop a Rosy Law here. Seems reasonable to me. Can leave 1 Don open for this. Do you want to swing with a weenie? Not really. I want my weenies to swing back into his board, I think. He can combo out this turn, but it's pretty weak. Because he needs all of these need Don X1. So yeah, I don't think he can combo out this turn. What if we swing with a weenie swing? No. Don't get too complicated. Let's just go 7 with this. He's got a lot of cards in hand. 8's crazy. If he takes this, it's up to 9. Does give us the counter, though. I'll happily take that. Mr. 3 and a Mr. 1. Okay. Let's minus this. Do we want to lose this Law? I'm pretty happy to trash this. And we'd get an extra swing this turn. Don't think it's bad. I think it's actually fine. Game 1. Now this. Game 1. The Kobe's not very interesting. Do we need I Love You? I don't think so. So we'll just go with another 6. And presumably he'll take this last swing. Maybe he counters out all the way. No, it does take down to 2. Okay. This deck has so many resources. It's kind of crazy. You know? Although I will say this Mr. 3 has been dog shit so far, so we'll see. I'm sure he's going to come up at some point and be insane, but like the combo of being able to reactivate this with the big combo event is really, really good. We'll see. We've got 4 lives. We've got a pretty healthy barrier. 2 blockers, 4 lives is pretty nice. And next turn we can Borsalino. 5. So we're going to have 5 here. This is going to be 6. This will be probably a 5. I think I'll give a little 1k first. Because we still have 2 big blockers to get out of 2 swings for free. I do want to take at least 1 swing though. Realistically, probably want to take 2. So maybe you should have just taken that. Thinking about it. Just commit to taking a couple or take the blocks early. Maybe we're supposed to take the blocks early. Let's take the blocks. Because we can protect our dudes with our leader effect. It works out okay. Let's just take the blocks. Because I don't mind taking 2 swings here, right? Because we have Borsalino. And we have I Love You, which only activates at 2 or less. We do have a 2k Law in there already. Buggy plays out the Prisoner over the top of Luffy, I presume. Now, these can work with Mr. 3. So now this guy's a little scarier. This guy is a little scary. We don't really have a way to deal with him. He's just kind of there. 5 and then 6, huh? Have we? Yeah, we've restood 2. I'm going to take both of these because I want to play Borsalino. Oh, now we have Law. But we don't have a good target for Law, so we're not playing it. No, that's correct. We still don't have a good target for Law. That's fine. Let's swing into Mr. 1. Cool. Then, how many blockers do we need to leave? Oh, we don't need to leave too many up. We need 5 Don. I'm going to swing Suru into Ivankov, see if we can get a little bit of value with the Suru. We can. That's awesome. Don't think playing out this Rosie right now does anything for me, because we might want the 1k. I definitely want to keep 1 Don open for I Love You. This can be a blocker, although it's probably not going to be. Swing for 6 with lead. And how many of these do we want to swing? He only has 2 units. Yeah, you can give this blocker. It's kind of whatever. We do have to be careful here of Champion Rifle, actually. Champion Rifle will be pretty damn good right now. Because we've tapped all of our weenies. Maybe I would have been better off playing out one of these, this Rosinante. So that we don't get fucked by Champion Rifle. But we did get him down to 1 already. Is just Borsalino here enough? Leaves. Come on, man. Give me a minute to think. I've only taken 30 seconds longer than you. Fuck off, man. It's cringe. Hound Blaze is really weird. I don't like that. I think that's kind of shit. But it is what it is. He had a lot of bricks. Holy Batman. Yeah, that's bad. He's 1k counter and a 3k. Yeah, the reason I was very hesitant to attack him with anything else there was the Gum Champion Rifle. Because if we attack, say I attack with this Law for 6, he goes Gum Champion Rifle, we have to pick up Rosinante Law. Which is not good. Who'd have thought? So I think what would have been maybe better there is if I just attack for 5 with lead. He can counter 1k, that is what it is. If he blocks, then we have a target to attack into. I'm happy with that all day long. And then we don't get knackered by Champion Rifle, because I can play out this Rosinante over the Tsuru and just have an active character that I'm pretty happy to pick up. So I think that would have been a better play. But this build feels good. The Sakazuki, again, we just kind of didn't see him that game. We kind of didn't see him, but it could have been good. So thank you for watching. Let me know what build you prefer. I think I prefer this one. The Momarogans feel really good. The fact that they're 1Ks versus the Lightning not being 1K, and they can just be free, it does feel pretty good. And if Enel is the main boogeyman, this is better into Enel than Lightning. Lightning's pretty bad into Enel. But Momarogan is very good into Enel. If Enel falls off, then maybe we want to go with Lightning. I don't know. We'll have to see. But the free 1K and then getting a draw early also helps with your consistency, right? If you're whiffing your curve, but you've got Momarogans, you can just use these as counter to just cycle. Even if they don't counter you out of a swing, right? You can still just use them to just get rid of them and draw something new. And maybe draw that law you need. I think the female heal law is still very important. I don't like the 7-cost law. I would definitely not play that in this build. I don't think there's any of the other Navy stuff that's that good either. From the new set. Like, you can still play Virgo, but it only protects this guy. So, I don't know, but maybe there's room for him. The power down is pretty good on Virgo. So if you are expecting a lot of removal, maybe blue decks start becoming really, really popular. Things like Jozu. Virgo could be quite cool to deny that. But yeah, like most of these other Navy cards aren't that great. The other event you could play, it's not in this build of the sim, is the Buddha Sengoku event. Because it searches specifically 2 Navy cards, I'm a little afraid of that whiffing, personally. And it also doesn't have counter. So I'm not sure if I want to play that one, but if you go even more Navy heavy, then, I mean, it's not bad, right? It finds all your other searches. It finds your Rosie Law, finds your Sakazuki, your I Love You, your Borsalino. and there's definitely merit to trying the Buddha Sengoku event. And once it's on the sim, I definitely will try it out. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.